Welcome to the Game Scrubs podcast, everyone. This is episode number 68. I'm one of your hosts, Cal. Joining me, as always, as per usual, my co-host, Jake. Jake, how you doing?
I'm doing really good. I'm bouncing back. I'm here, ready for some video game news. Ready to read through it and talk about trebuchets, etc., whatever it may entail.
You know, I mean, while we lube up the people, I might as well tell a little story.
Oh my gosh.
So,
before you get started, everyone, I just realized I'm wearing my PlayStation print shirt, and Cal's wearing his PlayStation shirt. Let's party. This is what's up. We are barely talking about anything PlayStation tonight. It's mostly Xbox.
It's actually true. Yeah, so true.
All right, lay it on me. Tell me this story. Regale me.
So, all right, so this will probably, and we're not getting banned on Twitch. We're not going for that, but my shins have been so fucking itchy over like past 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And like to the point where I like scratch them till they bleed,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's like that bad.
Yeah.
And I just keep scratching them and scratching them. And so I asked my mom about it recently because we had dinner because she hadn't seen my new place, like kind of at the 70% furnished condition it's in now. So, so she recommended I get lotion. Now, it sucks. I should really just keep this in the bathroom, but I mean, if I'm just going to be sitting here most of the day anyway, I'm just going to leave it on my desk.
Yeah.
But that looks super sussy all the time. You know, like, and the reason I bring this up even is because I was going to like start going right now, but I think I'll save that. I'll save that for later.
Oh, thank you, Rednand, by the way, for the bit donation. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Highly appreciated. And yeah, Mr. Duck Purse Man is correct. OnlyFans is, they've changed course.
Oh,
you're good to go.
They heard the shrieks of sexless losers across the world.
People who don't understand how Google works.
Yeah. Like, they know that Pornhub is free, right? For fuck's sake.
Oh, man.
Just maybe before you enter in the last 4 digits of your credit card number, just go have a free wank before you do it, you know? Like, and then look again at who you're paying this money to and decide for yourself, it's really worth it. It's not. The answer is no. It's not. It's never.
I mean,
give me a fucking break.
Support your local artists. Let me tell you.
Yeah,
we're all about supporting local art here. But
listen,
you know,
go to a strip club then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just don't put yourself in the don't spend too much of your money on stuff that I don't know. It's so interesting, you know. I get it. But then I also, at the same time, don't get it. I appreciate that the money goes directly to the person, right?
Yeah.
OF takes their cut. But at the same time, I just feel bad for... It's similar to, like, the dudes that fall in love with Twitch streamers. That's what I feel like it is. Where it's just
it totally is. That's all it is.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not I wholeheartedly support the people who are benefiting from this. I just want the people who are spending so much money to please seek help. Take care of yourself. Like,
go outside and talk to a female,
an actual human.
Like, do it.
Buying into alternate realities. Oof. Well,
like, god dang, man.
Hey,
now that we've almost said the S word.
I was gonna say we almost bought into alternate realities, but we didn't. I mean, it was a free stream, thankfully.
Yeah. God, if I had paid money for it, I would not have been happy.
I would have been upset. I actually timed how long the trebuchet section of that was. It was almost 5 minutes. almost 5 minutes of just talking about how a trebuchet works.
You're wondering what we're talking about. Gamescom happened, and there was where we did a reaction to it this past week.
Yes.
Or a little watch along, if you will. And
great job on that, by the way. High quality stream.
Thanks. I don't know how. I feel like I just kind of kept channeling my inner moist critical, and that seemed to be working out all right.
Hell yeah, brother.
But this was a bad one.
That was so bad.
I mean, you're wondering why we brought up trebuchets. We were wondering the same thing when Xbox brought them up. Why do we need to know the fucking Discovery Channel mini doc on trebuchets?
Because they're a superior siege engine.
Yes.
Gosh.
Yeah, and frankly, catapults suck.
Yeah, catapults. Why?
Trebuchets are better.
Why even bother? All right, like don't even bother.
So anyway, Halo Infinite actually was one of the things that I personally was looking forward to hearing at least something about.
Yes.
Unfortunately, there was basically there was no gameplay. No nothing shown. Excuse me. But I mean, they did say December 8th.
Yeah, let's go. The 8th. Come on. Time.
But the reason they did it was the reason they gave was, we want to be able to fix the bugs and all this other stuff. Like,
I thought that's what they've been doing for like the last 3 or 4 years at this point.
Yeah, it sounded like it was basically done. Almost like, not almost when it was announced, but it sounds like it should be way further along than where it's at.
Chat doesn't have a lot of faith in it.
I'm nervous, but right then again, I feel like,
multiplayer looked really good.
It did. It looked fun.
Yeah,
actually.
Yeah.
It's almost like they have nothing. So what I was going to say is I was about to say this is the first PC console Halo they've worked on in a while, but really they've been doing all these Master Chief Collection games.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're foreign. A PC is a foreign entity to them anymore.
Exactly. That's exactly it.
So having that as like a possible excuse for, I don't know, bug issues.
Bad excuse.
I don't buy that.
Same.
It's not like they don't have the money.
Mm-hmm. Wait, what?
I think. Ooh, boy, I might say it. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think I am going to say it. I think 343 Industries is just not that great of a developer.
Dude, 343, it's a hot take here, but it's not barely a hot take at all. It's a fact. 343 is to Xbox as Game Freak is to Nintendo, where they can keep churning out whatever and their loyal fan base. I'm not saying that I'm not part of stupid, dumbass fan base will continue to buy said games. They are very different in like leagues of quality of games, but it's the same story across both, where it's like, all right, this is looking good. This is it. This is the big step forward. This is what we've been asking for. This is what we're looking for. And then, wham.
Yeah. Like, Frankly, between both Game Freak and 343, if it wasn't for the pedigree of if it wasn't for the pedigree behind the intellectual property
Yes.
that they housed,
Yes.
nobody would know who they are because they are bad developers.
Still chasing those first 3.
So
chasing that high still. It's frustrating.
And frankly, seeing Bungie still churning out quality content for they're still going.
Dude, the new Destiny DLC drops. Destiny 2 new DLC for Destiny 2 drops soon.
Yes.
It may peter off. People may not play it constantly, but whenever they drop that new DLC, people are on it and their numbers are up. I don't know. Bungie is a very, very good developer, in my opinion.
I agree. It's just kind of too bad, I guess, that Microsoft had to transfer the title over to 343 because ever since then, it hasn't quite felt the same.
Oh, it definitely has not.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Microsoft made some good moves, though, recently.
Yes. As part of their Gamescom presentation, they also brought up the fact that Humble Game titles are coming to Xbox Game Pass day one, which is true, but also one of them was Dodgeball. My Dodgeball is like Dodgeball Academia or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Really make it sound like I know a whole lot here. But I've seen that game on Game Pass for a while now. So I don't know why they're saying, oh yeah, available. It's already...
It's there.
Some of these are already available anyway.
Yep.
But
it doesn't pull people in, right?
Yeah. Some games I wrote down. Hold on.
Ooh. Yeah. They're going to make the same list that is in the article. Everyone stay tuned. Stay on the edge of your seat.
Well, it's games that I'm interested in playing on stream. Oh shit. And I wrote it in the middle of the dang... What is this?
As one does.
Oh no. Here it is. Signalis, Bushiden, and Into the Pit. So there you go.
Nice. Very nice.
Those games in particular caught my eye.
Hell yeah.
And the fact that 3 of them, I mean, not that the rest didn't look good. It's just those are the ones that I personally am like, oh yeah.
Definitely.
So, still neat though.
Exciting move for Microsoft. Good move for Xbox, definitely, because I feel like PlayStation just doesn't give enough love to the indies. I think that's definitely something they're lacking in, because Nintendo, they do their Nindy showcase and they get those short runs. They have made it adamantly clear. They're like, hey, you want an indie? Check us out.
Yeah.
And I think this is a great way for Xbox to take a good bite of that pie. And honestly, probably run a lot better on Xbox. That's just a fact. So,
yeah,
this is really exciting.
It is. To add on to that, I just want to say it's kind of interesting because the way things used to be versus the way they are now, in terms of I'm thinking Xbox 360, PS3 versus Series X and PS5.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like they swapped at some point the method of churning out the most money for themselves.
Yep. Where,
back then, Xbox had these absolute huge mega hits of Gears of War, Halo.
Oh yeah.
That's it. Other stuff.
That's about it.
They had 2 or 3 absolutely gigantic titles, and they were heavily associated with games like Madden and FIFA, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, even the 360 era, they got the Call of Duty maps earlier.
Right. So it was like they had that, like they shot for the big game.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 to 5 games a year were huge.
Mm-hmm.
And now they've made the shift through Game Pass, excuse me, to add to that. Like they still have those heavy hitters. I mean, Halo Infinite, I don't know. I mean, it sounds like people are kind of like almost burnt out on the hype at this point.
I mean, they've been hyping it for a few years.
But at the same time, I feel like people are going to buy it and play it when it comes out.
Oh, 100%.
It's just like no matter what, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So it's going to be a huge, huge hitter for them.
Mm-hmm.
But this just adds to the value of their Game Pass, and that's the end goal for them.
Yep.
Whereas Sony has, they used to be. I don't necessarily want to say they were like indie friendly, but like they had those smaller games like Flower, like Journey, like not that Fez was an exclusive necessarily, but you get my point. Where it's like there were a certain number of games. Braid was another one that I kind of just like associate with.
Even like Shadow of Colossus and Eco are like not huge games. They're not like
smaller budget titles.
Yes,
not necessarily indies, but smaller budget titles.
Yes.
And that was like their focus from PS3 into, I'd say, mid PS4.
Mm-hmm.
And then
they started dropping the fucking hits.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like a definitive one that really, because honestly, I feel like God of War.
Yes, that's exactly. No.
Last of Us, the first one.
That was a PS3.
God of War. Well,
yeah.
Well,
I feel like that was the big shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, Last of Us. Because, like, you had the Uncharted series on PS3 that did extremely well, obviously.
Yeah.
And that was moving in the direction. But then Last of Us was just like, oh, this is what gaming on PlayStation is.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. So I was mostly looking at, like, single player driven narrative experiences that are huge and like they tie people in or like bring people in and like kind of tie them down and I don't know, beat them with a golf club. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, it's they really did move to the single player story driven games, and like obviously they are finding a lot of success with it.
Right.
Contrary to EA and Activision's beliefs. But oh my gosh. Yeah, but you're right, because I mean, even, I don't know, that's hard though, because the Xbox Arcade was definitely like a lot of indies and small stuff like that.
Right, yeah.
But that was like the last of Microsoft's really big move at that time. But yeah, they skipped a generation in there, and now we are basically, like you said, flipped.
Yeah. I'd almost argue like a generation and a half with the the S or whatever that was.
Yeah, whatever that was.
Yeah.
But not only is Xbox moving into the indie world, they're also taking a step into the football world, as we call it, soccer.
We correct.
When everybody plays, we all win. Wow, that's some real red agenda stuff. No, I'm just kidding. Gosh.
Alexa, play the Russia
play the Soviet national anthem.
God, there's nothing that gets me going more than Gregorian chants with nothing but men.
This is pretty wild, though. I think that it's really interesting that, because I mean, like, this is a big step forward for Xbox moving into like like really trying to go even harder in the UK, you know, go harder in Europe. I feel like that's the big plan here. They are obviously, you think that they have admitted that they will never take Japan at all. So
Or
they're
China.
just, yeah, well, gosh, yeah, it's true. So they're just like, you know what? We'll just go even harder on the US and on Europe. We'll just go for it.
Yeah, that's exactly the point that I really took away from all this was they're trying to focus more on markets that they have kind of underdeveloped themselves in, so to speak. Even, you know, not to say that their Asian market is booming necessarily, but frankly, after covering kind of their business strategy over the past decade now, practically,
Gosh, yeah.
or at least keeping track of it, I think this is a very important and decisive way to make their presence felt anywhere else outside of America.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for a fact, though, that they have at least some traction in Europe as a whole, but
oh yeah, for sure.
This will just kind of cement it even further.
Exactly. I completely missed this my first read through. Previously had to deal with the Seattle Sounders of the MLS. That's actually the team I follow in the MLS. To be a jersey sponsor, that deal ended in 2019. It looked good on the jersey. It looked really good. But
I like the Xbox logo. I think it's
so good. It's so good.
I got my brother a lamp light thing of it.
That's awesome.
A year, 2 years ago, something like that, for either Christmas or his birthday. I forget which, but yeah, I almost got one for myself too, but I was real tight on money at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't, but there you go.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a really good way for him to seal in Europe, hopefully. Take away a little bit more away from Nintendo and Sony. But we'll see. See if it really does much of anything.
Yeah. I mean, like a partnership is one thing, but like what does that entail? They tell us no details.
Yeah, exactly.
And nice. that's what's frustrating about knowing this news, but then seeing, like, when you look at the article, getting no details from it. That's frustrating, Eddie.
Eddie? Come on. I mean, let's be honest, though. Not the most frustrating thing we're going to talk about.
Oh.
It's time. Speaking of Last of Us, it's time to talk about something both you and I are very passionate about.
Yes. All right. I'm going to let you just take this because I don't even know how long I'm going to go, but okay. I'm willing to wait until you're done.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds great. Okay. Naughty Dog execs push back against unions, say they may not solve crunch. I don't know that unionization would be a solution to crunch, says Naughty Dog co-president Evan Wells. This is something that has been talked about so much in recently, and I guess forever. It's absolutely fascinating to me that there are no major gaming unions. It's an extremely cutthroat industry, so of course people are gonna do what they can to get in and do whatever it takes to stay in and what they're passionate about. So the fact that Naughty Dog is so or I guess they say express their skepticism that unions would solve crunch. They said that in a recent interview with Game Informer. That's bad. That's not good. If the person up top says that unions are bad, there's a very, very good chance that union is extremely important and very necessary for the people who aren't those 2 or 3 or 5 people up on top. Or else they are just going to be taken advantage of, used and abused, and then tossed aside when they are no longer needed. Wells said that employees are told they can't work more than 40 hours a week. I doubt that, though. Sorry. He said...
Now we're crunches.
Sorry. What he said is that if we say that employees were told they couldn't work more than 40 hours a week, that would frustrate people. They would really want to put that extra polish on their own volition and they would feel handcuffed. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I do not believe that. At all. At all. I feel like there is, I don't know, even if it's not a written rule, just the idea of losing your job or not being hired again or not getting, or being just let go for not, I don't know, putting in an 80, 90-hour week. Just because you had to have the most hyper-realistic game that you can possibly achieve to get that 90 on Metacritic.
Yeah. If I see any more fucking examples... sorry, are you done?
Yeah, that's my first take. I have more, but I want to bounce off you. I want to get this going. I want to get you going, and then we can just really get that kinetic energy going and fire it up.
If I have to sit and listen to another overpaid executive talk shit out their ass about, oh well, if any of these people unionize, there's so many reasons why it could go wrong. Fucking Druckmann here sitting saying, when you try to have a silver bullet, like one solution, you're always leaving someone behind.
So yeah, just no solutions at all.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Instead of a healthy conversation back and forth with a real representative of everyone, and the people that hired them, instead, let's just do nothing and everybody can fucking suffer. Except for the people at the top who make way too much fucking money.
The director.
Give me a fucking break. I don't even know, it's hard for me to even take this article seriously because it's written from the perspectives, why would you ever, what the fuck else are they going to say? You know what? We want them to unionize. Yeah. We want to get fucked in our own asses for the way that we've treated them. And frankly, the way that, we put all the expectations and deadlines on them. And then we whip them over their backs and tell them to come. We say only work 40 hours, guys. Come on. But then we also say, if you don't have this fucking deadline done, XYZ is going to happen. That's the part they don't even have in the fucking article. That's the huge missing piece of this entire article is they try to spin it so that it's oh, these people are just so passionate about their job that they feel handcuffed to their desk, that they want to finish it. Who put the handcuff there? You did, you fucking asshole. First off, I know that gamers are fucking picky little bitches and can't fucking stand not having a date to look forward to, right?
Yep.
But developers and marketing and the entire gaming industry needs to stop setting dates.
That's
until
fact.
The game is done.
Yes.
Once the game is done, and oh shit, I think it's when it goes gold, right?
Yes.
When the game goes gold, it's ready to be sold.
Yep.
then give a date. Give a date right then.
Yep.
Just be like, hey, game's gold. Expect it in like 2 months. A month.
As someone,
you can build up the copies in the meantime and like hype.
Yeah.
You can have a whole you can do your own like marketing campaign that way then.
You can work on the cinematic trailer. If you know what's in your game, you can make the cinematic trailer beforehand. Then you don't have to worry about like the date. Like if you're worried about marketing and stuff, that's fine. That's totally cool. I get that. But you're telling me that they don't have the time, money, and resources to just like put something together? I don't know. They act like they're always up against the wall with marketing, but the development itself is like not a problem. Where it's the exact opposite. It's the total opposite.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Prepod is being dropped in the chat, and that encircles thank you. Prepro is so important, and they're not doing it. They don't do it. Staffing and pre-production can make everything so much easier. But no, our boy Druckmann's got to get paid.
And I think a large part of the issues that wind up happening is they see the initial production of a few workers but they see it as an entire team, right?
Mm-hmm.
So inevitably, let's say there's 3 teams of 4, right? And on one team, on the first team, there's one guy who does the work of 4 people.
Yep.
Second team, there's 2 guys who do the work of 4 people. And on the third team, there's 4 guys doing the work of 4 people. So, but let's say they all get paid the same. Now, don't you think the guy in the first team is going to feel undervalued and maybe leave the company after a certain amount of time and be like, you know what? They do not respect the work I do. Best of luck to them. And then everybody else has to pick up the slack, not only for him or her, but for these other chumps that were not pulling their weight to begin with.
Yep.
And then what that does is it creates a domino effect where, and this is not me placing the blame on employees. This is to what you were saying about pre-production, and more so from what I'm trying to get at is the management of these teams, the program managers. And this is why I think setting dates is stupid.
Yes.
Because this sort of thing always sets back. It always gets set back. And then to kind of lessen the blow against the Druckmann, I guess I will say, to some extent, it does require multiple angles. However, I don't think that's any reason to not give your employees a solid voice of negotiation.
Representation, baby.
What? So most developers, not all, I shouldn't even really say that. Just from my experience, most software developers tend to have a 2 to 3 year contract that they work off.
Yep.
I'm not saying that full-time job developers are uncommon by any means.
Yeah.
It's like marginally thin. But generally, if you have a software developer, especially like they're not in a solidified role within their company. Yeah. They're just like a code monkey, then it's anyway, but that's to that point though, the games industry is full of people like that.
Yes.
Okay. So these are people who are trying to make a name for themselves, trying to get in with Naughty Dog, right?
Yes.
And so that adds to that passion that we're talking about, where they're wanting to show, look, listen, I can be the best that Naughty Dog needs me to be. Please give me a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, and that's something too, where it kind of factors into the idea of the union. Like, okay, devs can unionize, sure, but how does that then affect contract to contract workers?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that is another angle that needs to be examined. But that does not mean, again, that there shouldn't be at least a baseline starting point somewhere for a full-time. It shouldn't even matter for developers.
Yeah, exactly.
Of video games with their employers.
In circles in the chat, and I have discussed contract work and how we do video, and a lot of video works contract work, which means no health benefits or no dental or anything like that. And I can see that being a very big problem in the games industry as well. I don't know as much, but most contract work does not include insurance. That's like part of the gig. So just like even if this union made sure that contract workers were insured for the amount of time that they were there, so they didn't have to like worry about that kind of stuff. And staffing's just such a big thing. The job takes 4 people to do. Have 4 people do it. Like, if the workload's for 4 people, have 4 people do it instead of 2, instead of 1. And fun fact, the work will be better because it's not one person working themselves to death trying to get something done.
Also, like, plan.
Yes.
Plan. Have a fucking, not only that, but have a plan, have a backup plan.
Yeah.
And then have a backup plan for that.
It's like
you can have the proper staffing, like to your point, but also make sure you are getting the most out of it with people there.
Yeah. Yeah. Like on a very relatable, easy level. It's like if I'm in a fantasy football league and I think I have all 3 of my first rounds picked, but I'm definitely not going to get 2 of them. I just got to have a plan, because sometimes it just may not work out the way that I plan it, and everything may burn to the ground and I may not have a backup. But it's just like that sometimes.
This guy, this fucking guy.
Woo! Cold cuts.
Oh,
hey, we're doing our fantasy football draft next Sunday. We won't be we'll be talking about it Monday night, I'm sure, after the cast. If after the actual podcast is done, definitely stick around for the stream after.
Oh, dude, you know what? I might just.
You gonna stream it, boy?
I might. Oh, well, no. Actually, wait. Are we doing online? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, it's gonna be online no matter what. Like, I'm not gonna be wherever y'all are at.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe I'll try and figure out a way to stream. I'd have to lug everything into my
phone, do all that jazz.
Into my living room.
You're damn right, Mr. Dr. Person Man. You can't wait. You have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, this is not a great situation for the employees of Naughty Dog. For Neil Druckmann and Mr. Sorry, I want to make sure I get his name. Wells. I kept wanting to say Wall, but for Mr. Wells, right now, it's fine. They'll just get someone else who will work the job.
Yeah. There's no picket line to be crossed, because it's just a collection of individuals who all fucking hate. Not that anybody else likes crunch, but the fact. See,
Hit me.
It may not solve crunch, but you know what? You know what they do? They always improve the quality of life.
That's literally it. It improves the quality of life of the employee. Like, why are they so against that? Why? Just like...
Because they don't want to do that.
Oh my gosh, they don't. Oh yeah, they don't see their employees as humans. They see them as commodities. That was my bad.
They see longer development cycles and they say, we can't
make money on that.
Listen, guys, I want you to think real hard about joining this union that's going to cost you $48 a month. I'm going to go on my yacht over to Aruba for a little bit. And in the meantime, I'm gonna be doing some self-reflecting. You know, I'm gonna do some self-reflection. I'm gonna write a fucking dog shit ending to the Last of Us trilogy.
Oh my gosh.
And you know, I want you guys to make sure you don't have any fucking bugs or you will be fired.
It's done.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, I could treat my employees like humans, but that 0.05%.
Yeah.
Exactly. Actually, Cal, I'm pretty good on this. I feel like we really hit the nail on the head.
Yeah. And frankly, it gives me hope. Not that I don't know you share the same sentiments as me for the most part about stuff like this, but seeing the chat also popping off in a pretty similar fashion, it's nice to expel the demons.
Yes. You know, and other people are like, you know what, you're right. It's just like, it's a good feeling. And you know what? We talked about this a little before we started the cast. It's not like this is all just the big developers. The small devs are also making very questionable decisions. Oh my gosh. This was pretty interesting move. Sorry, everyone, I apologize. This article just really caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting to read this today. It's so interesting. It's wrong, but it's also just really wild that it happened. Cal, go ahead and take the lead on it.
So, Emeka Games, the solo indie developer behind Find Yourself Locked Up and Summer of 58. Summer of 58 costs $9.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's a short game.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's such a short game, a lot of players have been playing the game and then getting a refund through Steam, which means basically like there's a bunch of fucking dirtbags out there abusing the refund system.
Yep.
Frankly, for me, this is not so much. This is a highlight on two things that are shitty. The first of which being the refund policy system and the way in particular the way it's being abused on Steam. Now, I understand that digitally it's hard to. I mean, this is like one of the first of its kind, right?
Yeah. Yes.
As far as refunding on a game that players bought digitally and trying to figure out a way to kind of deactivate the game for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I can't necessarily fault Steam for it. However, this is just something that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
Is this kind of loophole system of what if a game is quality but takes less than 2 hours to beat?
Yep.
Well, frankly, I think there should be some sort of way for Steam to tell within like using through the refund system. I think there should be a way to tell, did this person beat the game? Because they did. No.
Mm.
If you played a game to completion, even if you didn't like the ending or you didn't like the game, at the very least, give them back less than the full price of the game.
Yeah.
That's my kind of idea. I mean, think about it the way GameStop does it, right?
Yeah.
Where, yeah, if you go home and play Super Mario 3D World, right? You beat it in a day.
Yeah.
And let's say you bought it on day one, right? You bring it back, you're still not going to get the full $60 back.
No.
Because at that point the game is used. But you'll probably get like a solid 50 back. Now, my thing is, specifically if a player does not like a game, but they still played it to completion, I can understand maybe like, I don't know, I'm just working from the $9 here. I think $2, someone getting $2 back is fair. But even then, like, if it's just so crazy to me. It's like $4 an hour.
Yeah, I'm with Phenomenon in the chat here. You refund a game you finished, that's an insta ban. That's so dumb. Unbelievable. These people. I'm not a developer, and this is well above my understanding of creating a platform with games and refunds, etc. But it's got to be about scope, right? Playing an hour and a half game, get 10 minutes in, or like 15 minutes in, that's it. You're done. You got to make the call now. You're playing, and I know that's extremely difficult to go about enforcing or anything like that, but if you're playing such a small game, they need to figure out something else for smaller games then. If this is what they're going to keep allowing.
Yeah. My only like comparison that I was really thinking about when I was talking about that was like people that ask for a refund on their movie tickets at the end of a movie.
Yeah, go fuck them. Like, those people can fuck themselves.
Yeah. I mean, those are like literally the worst fucking people.
Yeah.
I'm just saying there's people out there that say, wow, this was so fucking bad. I cannot believe I paid for it. But I think the difference is it's not always going to be the case that you spend your money wisely.
Yep, that's a fact. That is a fact. Your old roommate.
You typically pay good money for the experience surrounding whatever event or thing is taking place.
Yes. Didn't your roommate play that PlayStation 4 game like 1667 or whatever it was and said it was worth $60? He didn't have to lie to us like that, but
I think it was 1884.
It was super memorable, obviously.
Yeah, it was the Order 1886.
Order 1886. Thank you, Phenomenon. But yeah.
Yeah. He did not say it was worth $60. He said it was worth like 30 to 40.
Good.
Which I believe it was not. I forget if it was full price when it came out or not.
It was a $60 game when it came out, yeah.
Yeah.
Big rip. But yeah, like N Circles in the chat says, there's no one-size-fits-all solution for all this kind of stuff. And we need these people to just stop treating it like that there is, because there's not.
Yeah. The problem with implementing I guess what I'll call a modular refund system is then who do you put the onus on for determining the classification of game and the refund policy per game? Do you put it on the person selling it or the people who developed it? Because some chump at some point has to enter in all the things into the storefront, the digital storefront.
Yep.
That says, okay, this game is going to be $60. It will have a 5-hour window over the course of 14 days, where if you don't like it after 5 hours, then then you can go fuck yourself because you've already played 5 hours.
Yeah.
But then, what would be really funny?
What's that?
It's for an indie developer. It's for an indie developer to just make some fucking completely brain dead game.
Yeah.
For the first 2 straight up hour and 59 minutes and 59 seconds. And then at that exact mark, have the game actually start.
Oh my God. That'd be iconic.
That'd be like abuse in the exact opposite direction, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, you're going to just try and fucking beat my game in 2 hours and then get a refund? Go fuck yourself. I'm going to charge $60. I'm going to waste your time for nearly 2 hours. And then after that, I'm going to give you a 10-minute game. Fuck you.
Hour and a half long cutscene in fucking Metal Gear Solid 4.
It would be amazing to have an hour and a half long cutscene and then just have the entire interactivity, the video game part of it, just be a ping pong match or something.
That would be amazing. Just something straight up Pong. That's amazing. But yeah, this was really just sad to see, honestly.
Yeah, because that's super. It sucks to see someone get discouraged over something that they're so passionate about.
Yeah.
See, Neil Druckmann, this is a situation where there are multiple angles and they all need to be addressed versus whatever the fuck you were saying.
Yeah, right. But there's nuance to everything, Neil. Sorry, bro. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Like what happened with Overwatch.
Oh, God. And, frankly, I was torn between using this one and there was another article that kind of more generalized the Blizzard approach for all dev names in games.
Oof. Yeah.
However, this was the most notable one of the week.
Yeah, very much so.
Where Overwatch, McCree, iconic cowboy man.
Yeah. Voiced by Matt Mercer.
Matt Mercer of Glass Cannon fame.
Oh my God.
Wait, Glass Cannon, right?
Critical Role.
What? Critical Role. Oh shit.
I thought you were.
I hope I don't.
Joke.
I hope all these fucking nerds don't roll a 20 on their
on their perception check.
Yeah.
Do I need to get upset about this? I don't know. Let me roll to find out.
Did I hear that right? Rolls D20, rolls a 1. Oh, he loves Matt Mercer.
I was going to say they're rolling. You're not rolling. It's fine.
Yeah, they're rolling.
They won't roll a 1. You're the only one who rolls.
I rolled a 1 on my smooth talking.
That's rough. That'll happen. But yeah, so the person that McCree was named after, Jesse McCree, was dismissed from Blizzard because he was part of the now infamous Cosby Suite group chats. Oh boy, so much. They named McCree after him in Overwatch. People were so adamant about not using his name that like Overwatch League casters were not using the name. It's just...
Yeah, they called him Cowboy.
Yup, I like it.
I really thought that my so this was news that came up about in the middle of the week, right? When it kind of fucking sucks to have news drop because we can't talk about it right away.
You like that good fresh stuff.
But my reaction seeing it in our Discord, which by the way, check us out on Discord if you're not there already.
Yeah, get there.
My initial reaction was, I think it'd be neat to have the man with no name. Just leave it blank.
Yeah, it'd be perfect. It'd be perfect.
Or just call him No Name.
Yeah.
Even.
Yeah. I like the man with no name. It might have some copyright issues and stuff like that, but it's perfect. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is going to be a pain in the butt because of all of the different, like, even one of the voice lines is, like, one of Matt Mercer's lines is, the name's McCree. Like, and I have to go in and take that out.
Yeah.
And not to mention any other character that calls him McCree. Gonna have to fix that as well. Call him Horse.
Yeah. So, like... This is all well and good, and I do think that these are steps that are good for Blizzard to take.
Yeah.
But I also feel like it's a little shady. As far as the timing goes, for them to announce this as soon as news drops that they were shredding fucking documents.
Right.
In a legal case, like that is that is one hell of a that is one heck of a what a coincidence, you know?
Like, like, oh man,
interesting.
Don't worry about these documents being shredded. We're changing the name of McCree.
Yeah, look over here. See McCree. Don't you love McCree? It's high noon. Am I right, guys? Look at this. Look at this.
Come talk to the kids, please.
Please look at this. Don't look at us. Please don't look at me. Please.
Actually, though, basically what the whole situation was. That's insane. Shredding documents. They should all just go straight to prison for that. Anytime anyone gets caught shredding documents, that should just be immediate 5 to 10 years.
It's literally like an exact, you are getting rid of evidence.
Yeah. Yeah.
That should be an automatic, implied admission of guilt.
Yeah.
And that should also then shoot you up straight to the fucking tippy top of...
You're going from, small...
When it's 5 to 7, whatever, for whatever crime, right? Whatever crime, 5 to 7, you should get to 7.
Yeah.
7 years.
Immediately hit the top.
You should get the max because you're clearly not playing by rules that literally anybody else plays by.
Yep.
You're trying to subvert the system by getting rid of the evidence. That is just all of that. Throw all those fuckers in jail at that point.
Just do it. It's fine.
I know it's just a lawsuit, but frankly, for me, that's criminal.
That is criminal. Destruction of evidence is messed up. Is so bad. So incredibly bad.
I will say, I know that there are different kind of guidelines in between civil and criminal lawsuits.
Yeah, of course.
But it's not like I know legalese or anything like that. It's just, I think that shit is fucking scummy. And
exactly.
It shouldn't even matter what you're being accused of, whether it's civil or criminal. that shit should get you fucking thrown in jail no matter what.
Exactly. 100%. Speaking of being thrown in jail for things, getting thrown into video game jail. In China, kids are being limited to 3 hours of game per week. Before we get into this, Cal, I want to ask you a question. Were you limited on your amount of screen/video game time when you were a kid?
Only generally. So the way it would work is during the weekdays, as long as I have my homework done and my chores done, I could be doing whatever the hell I wanted.
Nice.
However, what was it? If I was grounded, no video games.
Of course.
There was always video games were always the first to go.
Yep, same.
At that point, I would just sit in my room and listen to Linkin Park over and over.
I've become so numb.
Yeah. I wish that was even a fucking joke. I just sit there, crying into my pillow. Oh,
Marches down the hall just playing video games so his little heart's content.
Yeah, he's
bastard.
He's over there playing Rocket Knight Adventures, and I'm sitting there just like.
Man, but so.
What about you?
I was very limited in my elementary school years. It was like half an hour a day, max.
Oh my.
That's why when I was a kid, I never played RPGs because I was like, I just played platformers and I played them as fast as I humanly could because I'm like, I need to get through this as fast as possible because I need to get to the next part. So that's why I got crazy good at Super Mario World and like Ripto's Rage, just any platformer I could rip through. But then that became more and more relaxed the older I got. And by high school, I was just like every night, as soon as I got home from work, finished my homework, it was just like video games until 3 a.m. then drag my ass out of bed and go to school.
Yeah.
But yeah. But these kids, holy cow. 3 hours a week?
3 hours a week for kids in China now.
Yup. And oh my gosh, these rules are wild. Those under 18 can access online games only on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday between 8 and 9 p.m. That.
My first theory is like, how the fuck are they gonna know?
Dude, they know. They track everything, bro.
Are they really gonna know that it's like a minor on there? Like, I don't know if I'm not saying it's impossible for them to track that. Maybe with like facial recognition, but if let's say they have an adult sitting right next to them, just holding a controller that's turned off. How are they gonna? There's no way to track that shit.
How are they gonna know?
Even if they use facial recognition, it's like, oh, okay, well, since my son can't play anymore, I'm going to sit here and play for him, and he can watch and he can pretend to play.
Yeah,
when really
exactly.
When really then it's the kid playing still. Like.
Yeah. I'm definitely skeptical of the enforcement of this, but
yeah,
this is just like such a trip to read, and this was announced today, right? Yeah, it was some interesting news to read. My lunch break, I was just like, all right, okay, 3 hours a week, about 90 minutes a day, like, wow.
90 minutes.
No,
that's
a day not 90 minutes a day. That's way too much. Never mind. That would be, 90 minutes a day would be, you'd hit your hours in 2 days, basically. Oof. Wow. That's
I do like their idea as far as microtransaction
100%.
and limiting the amount that miners could do with that. But
for sure. That's about the extent for me.
Yeah. I just basically what I imagine going on will be an adult will sign in and say, "All right, kid, here you go. Play for me.
Please shut the hell up and play your video games."
Play my video games."
Yeah, exactly. Please play.
You ever heard of Leisure Suit Larry?
Oh man, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Hopefully, we have some major blowback over here, and there are certain groups that are just like, you know what, we're gonna let our kids play way more video games now.
Oh, totally. I guarantee you, basically, like,
you know exactly what I'm talking
shoot
about.
Up from here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Speaking of playing games, though, Cal, what have you been playing? I watched your AC stream today. That was so delightful. They're just so nice.
It's
drank that delicious coffee.
Yeah. First off, apple crisp macchiato. It's shit until you mix it, which I did not know about macchiatos.
Got to get that caramel all throughout, you know?
Yes, the money caramel at the very freaking bottom. I had to kind of scoop it up practically.
Mm-hmm.
And at first I was like, why is this fucking dweeb at Starbucks asking me if I want a straw? It's a sippy cup. You know, like they're trying to go without straws. That's the whole point. Like, fuck off, bud.
Yeah, bud.
And then I realized,
Buds up.
and I looked at it and I was like, oh, none of this is mixed together. What the hell? So I tried with my finger and I was like, this isn't working so well. So I took a spare Jimmy John's straw and I just went, yoop, yoop, yoop. And that first sip after that,
that good
holy
mix.
shit. It didn't taste like coffee at all. And that was the part that I actually did not like.
Like the bitter, you know?
I just wanted a little hint of coffee, but I'll tell you what, the taste I did get was still not bad.
Yeah.
But it was like sweet, so strong, such a strong sweet taste that I couldn't take any more than like a sip or two of it at a time. So it made me nurse it for like 2 hours, and that was not the worst thing in the world.
That's really nice, actually.
I wanted to try it and see if I would like it more than a PSL.
Good old PSL, baby. I
mean, maybe
they're so good.
Maybe basic bitches are onto something with those things because they're not bad.
Well, the thing for me is like I was a pumpkin pie kid. Like that was one of my favorite things when I was younger. There's pumpkin anything, and then Starbucks comes out and they're like, "Yo, dog, we're doing pumpkin spice scones," and I'm like, "Put it in me." Like, please. Anything you do. Muffins with cream cheese, I'm in. Like, gosh.
The Starbucks I order from was out of like pumpkin everything.
That's heartbreaking.
Otherwise, I would have gotten the pumpkin
cream cheese square, whatever it is.
Is that where it's like a bakery item with the cream cheese in the center?
Yeah, dude.
Oh my god! I looked at that and I was like, oh my god, that sounds so fucking good.
They're so good.
And then it was, and then I selected the store and I was like,
why, God, why?
Yeah, but. Yeah, so I have played some Animal Crossing.
Hell yeah.
Gaming as a whole, though, I don't know what it is, man. I have not actually been playing all that much, especially this past week. It's just kind of been. I want to just like sit, not. I want to when I get home. I straight up want to turn off my brain, man.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Like, just not Hashtag not have to try and be funny on stream. Not that I was slated for too many streams in the first place.
Just, take a breather.
But,
dude.
But
fuck, what was I gonna say? Speaking of turning off your brain and just like relaxing and stuff, I just wanted to bring up one of my own personal gaming moments and just how much I despise Nintendo's online everything.
Oh yes.
Poor Shifty Robot. I was feeling so bad for him, and then in the chat, he's just like, "Nah, I wasn't finished yet." But you wouldn't have known. Like,
you would not have known if you were watching the stream.
If I hadn't just thrown my red shell just to be a dick, I probably wouldn't have beat him. Because I thought he was done. But I was just like, yo, fuck this guy. So I threw it anyway. And then, like, could have had a totally different result. Thank you, Nintendo Netcode. But, gosh, that was a pleasant surprise, let me tell you.
Arigato, Nintendo Netcode kun.
Yeah, exactly. But as far as video games go, I'm with you. Played some Mario. I played some Smash with Wheels on Wednesday. I played some Kart on Friday. I finally got unstuck in Scott Pilgrim versus the World, so I'm moving along in there finally. So I'm excited to finish that. I'm still on my first playthrough. I was being real fucking sweaty and just trying to do it on the hardest possible difficulty, and it was just wiping the floor with me. It was frustrating, so I just took a step down, and I'm actually having a really good time now, so I'm definitely done doing that.
I feel like the hardest difficulties are the best to have other people with.
Yeah, right?
Like if it's a co-op game, players. Then, yeah, exactly.
Nah, doing it by myself was real bad. Not a good call. But good old Scott Pilgrim. I played a little 3D World last week, but other than that, that's about all I've been doing.
The thing that sucks about my recent trend of basically not playing too many games, is I recently started school again.
Whoa, let's go.
So I'm not 100% sure how consistent my streams are going to be anymore.
Okay. And that's why everyone here, Cal, I don't know if you know this, but that's a perfect segue. Just tell everyone, follow us on social media everywhere. Hogtied Productions. Join the Discord. That's what's up. Let's be honest. It's just such a good time. Like,
you can join the Facebook group, but
you can join the Facebook group if you want, but like the Discord's where everyone's hanging. Yes. It's so fun. You get to be yourself. No one will, I mean, you will be judged, but no one will judge you seriously. Like,
most people will just give you a fucking
stupid
sarcasm. They'll give you an emote or
the wheeze emote or
sometimes just don't take any judgment as actual judgment.
Exactly. 100%.
It's a lot of
so much sarcasm.
Just shitty jokes and sarcasm, man.
Yeah, that's all it
ever is.
It's perfect. And if you like shitty jokes and sarcasm and posts about bread on cars, follow me on all social media sites.
Jesus.
Did you see that fucking tweet?
I saw it.
You saw it somewhere else, but like,
yeah.
I tweeted about it today because how could I not?
Yeah.
It's just like slice of bread on my car, whatever. It's dope. But yeah, everyone, follow me at Jake the Mayor. You can follow Cal at Humble Halfway everywhere.
It's not even true.
No.
TikTok, it's hopeful.
Oh shit, that's true. Dude, your single TikTok that you've made is so good, by the way.
It's okay.
So,
It's nothing like what you've been producing for our TikTok, the Hogtie Productions TikTok. Which, by the way, I want to do more on.
Yeah, of course.
Or anything on, frankly.
I'm chasing trends right now, but I hope you all are enjoying them.
I want to put like some Kinnick on there.
Dude, please.
Just like
the fact we need it. I have something I need to talk to you about after the stream. I just thought of an amazing TikTok, but I don't want to say it on stream because we don't need any of y'all stealing it.
I'm planning on basically doing like an origin of the Hogtie Productions logo.
Yes, that's great.
And just talking about how he's actually from Texas, and
it all
just
makes sense.
Through the weeds of foster care / adoption agencies, he wound up in Seattle at the same time I was looking for a cat. Stuff like, mention, just kind of going through like where it all comes from.
Yeah. How we got to where we are, how he got to where he is.
Being an icon.
Yeah, honestly. Though.
Yeah.
And everyone, you're all icons. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Stay safe out there, please. You're not vaccinated. I don't know why. Just do it. For the love of God, please. For us. For everyone. Just do it. Please.
Get vaccinated or die.
Legitimately, though. That's actually it. So, thanks for watching, everyone. Stay safe out there.
Later, taters.